Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. I am a fourth year foundation phase student in South Africa, and before I say anything else, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who is subscribed, to everyone who has supported me along in this journey. I hit 1,000 subscribers today, and I am immensely grateful for every single person that has supported me thus far. But with all of that being said, I am going to offer you a little bit of support by discussing how to do academic assignments. Now, just a quick disclaimer, I am in fourth year, I'm well aware of that, but does that mean I'm a master of the art? No, it does not even in the slightest. This is just my method of how I try to decipher assignments. Sometimes I decipher them great, and then other times I kind of really miss the mark. So, it's a hit and a miss, but this is the method that I use, and it's also a method that has brought me through my 4 years, my 3.5 years thus far, and it's a method that I plan on using throughout the rest of my career and in my studies beyond just my undergrad. So I wanted to use an example assignment, and then I couldn't find any except the assignments that I have due, and I don't want to decipher those, because if I'm wrong, then I've just spread wrong information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speak as a bit more of like a generalized how to approach an assignment. So usually when you receive an assignment, you will obviously have your piece of paper. First and foremost, they normally give you a statement or a whatever it is, and then they will pose a question, or sometimes they just give you a statement, and they use keywords. So first things first is you need to understand what the statement is about. You need to understand the purpose of the assignment. That is the biggest thing right from the beginning, that you really understand what the assignment is and the purpose of the assignment. So if the purpose of the assignment is to prove that the sky is blue, you really need to focus on that in the assignment as a whole, as an entirety. Sometimes lecturers give you guidelines, they give you questions that you can ask yourself to kind of base the assignment off of. And then other times assignments, they just give you one statement, and then they tell you you can write up to 6 pages, and that's all I'm giving you. With that being said, there are 4 purposes for an assignment. The first one being to summarize information. So if they want you to just gather information, then that is all you need to do. They will use specific keywords such as summarize. So then you know that that is what you need to do. Sometimes it will have that they need you to summarize, define, and, but usually they will tell you that. But if they just say summarize, just summarize the information. Number 2 is analyzing ideas. This normally comes with when having to analyze a theory or theorists or multiple philosophers or whatever it is. You need to analyze their work. You really need to take a deeper look and critically think. I don't know if anyone else's university uses this intensely, but critically think about their theory or whatever it is that they are stating, and really analyze it, and then prove the point as to why the theory is important. And it can really go many ways, but really focus on the word analyze. The third type of purpose that you have for these assignments would be to take position, meaning an argumentative essay. Literally, your whole university career is basically going to be argumentative essays. You need to take a stance from one side or the other, and then you need to prove your point. And number 4 is combining ideas and creating an argument. Again, an argumentative essay. So some keywords to look for in this paragraph are define, analyze, describe, explain, summarize. Those are just to name a few. And what I normally do is, because honestly I never know the definition of any of these things off by heart, I go look up those specific words, get the definition for the specific word that they are using, that they want you to do, and then you work from there. It just makes it the slightest bit easier. Now we get into the structure of the essay, and this is normally where I struggle a bit, especially with an introduction. But for some reason, I feel like I can't get going with the body of my essay without the introduction first. But I have made it a little bit easier for myself. These are some things that you should remember when writing the introduction. Just like you would not introduce yourself in a conversation, you are not going to introduce yourself or the assignment in the introduction. So what you're going to do is you're kind of going to go straight into it. I normally like to start off with making like a bold statement to really like catch their attention, or I use a definition in the beginning, and really just get straight into it. Then you're going to move and you're kind of going to give them a little bit of taste of what you're going to discuss in your assignment. So I would highly recommend that you don't start your assignments with, in this assignment, I will be discussing la da 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 da, because it's been heard of so many times. The lecturers are tired of starting to read assignments over and over again with, in this assignment, I will be blah, blah, blah. But if you start with an attention grabber that will be based off of the paragraph or the whatever it is that they gave you in the beginning, that is a great place to start, is if you start with a definition that has to do with something along those lines. In the body of your essay, whether it is summarized, whether it's analyzed, whether it's defined, you are always, always, always going to need supporting evidence. And this also brings me to my next point, which is never, ever, ever forget to cite or in-text reference anything, and make sure that everything that you have in-text referenced, that you put it in your referencing list at the end. My previous video or 2 videos ago, I spoke all about referencing, the Harvard method, how to do it, how to go about it. Please do go check that video out. It has been a great help to myself, and I hope it is a great help to you as well. In the body of your essay, you are going to prove your point. You're going to state your argument in the introduction, and then you're going to prove why you have said that in the body of your essay. Again, making sure to reference. And a pro tip that I recently learned is make sure that the point you are trying to make is covered by at least 2 different references. Different references, not from the same page. I know that gives you a lot more work, but I promise you it is going to be beneficial, especially for your mark in the long run. You can also give statistics within your body of your essay. Please just make sure that you reference them correctly. And then you will obviously conclude. Now, conclusion is usually about 2 to 3 paragraphs. Yes, you heard me correctly. 2 to 3 paragraphs, at least 20 sentences, which is something that I also learned recently, and it has made a world of a difference. In your conclusion, you are going to summarize everything that you've just spoken about without reiterating everything all over again. And then lastly, unfortunately, you won't be done yet. You will need to proofread. Please don't just rely on someone else to proofread. Proofread for yourself as well, to make sure that you know the content. So you are the person that knows if it makes sense or not, and then give it to someone else to proofread and see if they understand what you are trying to say as well. So that is how I approach all my assignments. Please remember that you can use your brain charts, use sticky notes, do a lot of reading of articles and textbook reading, reference from everywhere that you can find, and that should allow you some success. So I hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel out, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!